saw Banana Island price increase from 6.5 million to 1.2 billion. That's Mr. Dipo Davies, Castle Magazine, the owner of a real estate journal. Just Friday, over the weekend, Friday was 25th. Mr. Dipo Davies, the owner of Castle Magazine, a real estate journal, like I mentioned earlier, he did a live section, and he said he saw Banana Island price, increase from 6.5 million to 1.2 billion in 23 years. Wow. Okay, so it's your lady Realtor here, Mercy Gibbon from Gem Harvey Realtor Limited, and welcome once again to Lagoon Front Estate. Okay, so my video today is going to dwell on a lot of stories, from what Mr. Dipo David, said. And fortunately, I had some of my clients who came on Sunday, just Sunday here, last Sunday. We're coming to Lagoon Front Estate, and though we couldn't make the journey, at the time we got to Pan Atlantic University, a truck and a tanker carrying fuel, they were involved in an accident, and so there was fire everywhere, and so we could not proceed. But they locked down Lagoon Front anyways, irrespective of that. And so these two clients who came are very respectable people in our society. One of them is his son. And, when I told them what Mr. Dipo Davies said, that was on Sunday, his friend, he confirmed that he was offered 7.5 million naira. I think maybe that was the following year or after some months. 7.5 million naira, to buy 2 plots at that time. In fact, he said the director of lands was his friend, and so he even offered him that he could pay a bit, but he was like, no, I'm not interested. That place is all water. And so, what am I trying to say here? A whole lot of us has missed opportunities like that. And in fact, my client said the son, senior advocate, that's what the son is a very successful lawyer. And so he said, he made a statement, he said, if everybody was showing, they showed them a video of what Banana Island is going to be, they would all have bought Banana Island. So they also knew when Banana Island was selling, and they didn't buy. And, they said everyone who bought Banana Island are billionaires. And on Sunday, while I was coming for the inspection, I drove with my younger brother. At times, if he's around, he drives me. He happens to be a lawyer, and so I wanted him to meet this son, my client. So we journeyed together. And so while we were talking, I introduced my younger brother to my client, and after the exchange, all the pleasantry, my learned colleague and all that stuff that comes with lawyers, and the next thing he said, hope he has started buying land. And my brother was shocked, like, started buying land. I'm a young lawyer, I'm just still coming up and all that stuff. He was so passionate about, buying land. He's a very successful lawyer. And, they have been, they are a group of friends, they are old boys. They went to the same secondary school, and you can imagine how old they are. And they are still buying land. They are still buying land. So that tells you something. He said something that sticks me. He said when he celebrates his 80th birthday, He wants to be able to buy a brand new Benz for himself as a gift. How many of us are looking at that when we are 18? And there was something they said, I learned a lot. You know, I say I have a lot of these, elderly people as my clients, and so I learned a whole lot from them. And he said that, you know, he and his friend, they were secondary school mates, and they have an old boys association, and so they've been investing since when they were young. So they have a whole lot of investment, and they are not tired of investing. You know, they said something. They said, as people are getting old, people are getting poorer. That's what they said. You can imagine. Said they don't want their old age to be like that. They want to be able to afford anything they want when they are old, you know, when they cannot walk. And that's why they are still investing in real estate. So here is another opportunity coming to us on a platter, Lagoon Front Estate. We have been hearing about it, every one of us. In fact, a whole lot of us know Lagoon Front Estate because it's all over, everywhere. Everywhere you turn, everybody's talking about Lagoon Front Estate. And so here is another opportunity to lock down this amazing investment. Like I always say, you know, buying land is, you know, it's like a seed. Buying land is like, you know, when you plant cocoa, you know, it takes a while for cocoa to begin to, you know, bear fruit. But by the time it keeps bearing fruit, it bears fruit for years. You don't even have to plant again. It just keep, you know, that's how land is. So this is an opportunity. Remember, from the 1st of April, there's going to be a price review upward on Lagoon Front Estate, okay, and it is an opportunity for us to lock down this amazing investment, okay. A whole lot of us are bought, a whole lot of us are still looking. You know, while I just packed, you know, to start this video, I just saw a message from one of my clients, and I not actually opened it because I didn't want to open the conversation while I'm still, because it could call me while I'm still you know, doing this video. And I just saw it said, before you say anything, there is a price increase. And you know, the thing is, there is always going to be price increase on land because they are not making it anymore, especially for this Lagoon Front Estate that has, you know, it has the lagoon as an advantage. You know, it's located in a very strategic place. We have the Alaro City, we have the Lekki Deep Sea Port. Just last week, the President of the Federal Republic, you know, commissioned the Dangote fertilizer, and so it's close. It has close proximity to the new international airport, and so having a plot of land here is a must buy for everyone. Is a must buy. I had to personally, you know, send messages to people. Though we do that every week, but I had to, you know, because this is not an investment that you should miss. You shouldn't miss Lagoon Front for anything. Remember when we started selling this estate? I think around the pre-launch price around June, July, August. A whole lot of us, you know, there was practically nothing. It was all bush, and you know, they were just trying to do the clearing. A whole lot of us bought into this property, and we have seen, you know, the price appreciation within a short time. Just within, it's not even up to a year, we have experienced, you know, price appreciation, and that's how it's going to be. It's going to be, you know, some years from now. Look at what Mr. Davies said, the owner of Castle Magazine. He said 23 years later, 23 years, something that sold for 6.5 million, now selling for 1.2 billion. I'm sure a whole lot of people, because I know a whole lot of people that have been working on the islands for over 20 years, a whole lot of them did not buy Banana Island. Okay, so excuse me, here is an opportunity. Don't miss out on this. It's not a kind of gimmick. This place has the promise. It has everything working for it, because people will say, oh, why would I come and buy a land in this axis? The people are coming here, as I always say, they say find out where the people are going and go and buy the land before they get there. You can see from the price increase, the price has started going up because there is demand. You know, there's huge demand for land in this axis, especially Lagoon Front Estate that is strategically located right here in Ekwe. In fact, they told me something else. One of my clients, one of them, he said he bought Pinnock Beach Estate for 3 million naira and sold it at 90 million naira. Can you beat that? 90 million. He said when he bought Pinnock Beach Estate, it was like he used all his money, his business money. His business suffered for some time, but he sold it for 90 million. How much are they selling Pinnock Beach now? Pinnock Beach is within 280 to 300 million naira. Why is it that expensive? It is this lagoon that you see here. This lagoon view. That's why Pinnock Beach, Banana Island is very expensive. And we know that this estate is a fully serviced estate. We're going to have well-paved road, 24-hour security, 24-hour power supply. And just in front of the waters here, the lagoon here, we're going to have a yacht. We're also going to have high-rise apartments. We are going to have high-rise apartment. We're also going to have hotels here. So you can imagine having things like that. Your property will just be racing up. It will just be racing up. Okay, so from 1st of April, like I mentioned earlier, there's going to be a price review upward on this estate. There's going to be a price review upward from 10 million naira. The current price is 10 million naira to 15 million naira. That's about 50% increase. You don't want to buy it. I know some people wouldn't buy when we were selling the pre-launch price. They bought at this 10 million. So even when the price goes to 20 million, it will still be very cheap, because that time you know that okay, for instance, look at Alaro City. How much is Alaro City selling 500 square meters? It's about 35 million naira. So this is still very affordable at 10 million. If you lock down your plot with just 500,000 naira, 500,000 naira, and if you want to partake of the fiscal allocation that's coming up next month, then you can make an outright payment. But we have payment plans available: 6 months, 12 months, even up to 18 months. And like I always advise, when you're buying this type of property, don't buy one plot. Buy multiple plots. Buy multiple plots. Buy multiple plots. As much as an acre. All you need, if you're buying an acre, is just 3 million initial deposit. You would have locked in an acre. All my clients that bought into Lagoon Front, a whole lot of them that bought at the pre-launch price, some bought several plots. They are like, if I know, I should have bought more plots. So that's how it's going to be. So if you have the opportunity, you have that 1 million there, lock 2 plots down. If you have 2 million, lock it down. This is an investment that you would appreciate. In fact, when I was talking to my clients on Sunday, I was like, can you imagine if only I can bring in this men to come and talk to people. They are in their 60s and they are still investing. So what are we saying? And they knew when Banana Island sold for 6.5 million, though they invested in other real estate investment. But if they have bought Banana Island, you can imagine, the kind of money they will be in. All right, so this land is covered with a C of O. It has a C of O, certificate of occupancy, so it's free from any form of government encumbrances or there's no issue on this land. As you can see, it's a table land, it's dry, and we have the lagoon front. Though the plot facing the lagoon is marshy, so it's not dry, but we have the residential area is dry until the company is actually going to Sanfield. Okay, so we can see a boat passing. Can we see that? Let's see if I can zoom. Okay, so it's located just adjacent to Alaro City, just after Alaro City, and it's just about 3 minutes drive, 3 to 4 minutes. It's not up to drive from the road. It's very close to the road. We have its neighbors. We have the proposed new international airport. We have the Lekki Deep Sea Port. We have the Dangote Refinery, the Dangote Fertilizer. We have the Pan Atlantic University. We have Isimi, Lagos on the other side of the lagoon, and that's the Ekpe Ibejuleki Bridge. I don't know if we could see vehicles passing through. This is the gatehouse. It's near completion. The fencing is also on. And so, like I mentioned earlier, people who bought plots, who bought initially last year, they're going to get their allocation next month. From the next month, the date has not been communicated. Okay, so we have it here. History will always repeat itself. It now depends on which side you fall when history repeats itself. Are you going to be among those that will say, I knew when Lagoon Front was selling for 10 million naira and I locked in several plots or a plot? Or are you going to be among those that will say, I knew when Lagoon Front sold for 10 million naira and now it's selling for over 100 million. I regret not buying. That's not going to be you. That's not going to be me. I'd already bought. As a matter of fact, we bought a waterfront plot and I said I'm going to sell it for 1 billion. Yes, now maybe they are selling 1.2 billion in Banana Island. It's going to be here. We are not rushing anywhere to sell it. Okay, so thank you all for joining me in this video, watching my video. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on all our social media platforms. I hope to hear from you today. As soon as you watch this video, please kindly share this video to everyone. Everybody needs to take advantage of this awesome investment. We also have 300 square meter selling for 6 million naira. Initial deposit is also 500,000. Okay, so thank you all for joining me. I remain your lady Villanyaria, so Mercy Gimo. Thank you, and please keep staying safe. Bye bye.